Hooked on Fishing with Wes and Dave Peterson is sponsored by Hardee's.
Welcome to Hooked on Fishing. I'm Michelle, and we do thank Jason and his staff at the Hardee's stores in Hibbing and International Falls for sponsoring the show, featuring made-from-scratch biscuits and hand-breaded chicken tenders, and of course, charbroiled Angus burgers. Hardee's is happy to sponsor Hooked on Fishing. Welcome to Hooked on Fishing. I'm Michelle. Dave and Wes are here, and it's just before the 4th of July holiday. Hi, guys.
Well, it's been a long hiatus here. How you doing, Michelle?
I'm good. I'm guessing you guys have been gathering lots of show material.
Oh, we have
tell
a
us.
major amount of research done.
Lots of fishing going on out there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure we both have fishing stories.
So what's the biggest you've gotten? This big or this big or this big?
I got a 26-inch walleye the other day.
Ooh, nice.
That was a good fish.
You have to throw that one back still, though, right?
I probably could have kept it because it was over 26, but we...
over 26.
No, we revived. It took a little revival, and
You gave it CPR?
basically,
Had a revival on the lake.
yeah.
Woohoo! A little Pentecostal in here. Or
The walleyes like that.
do they? So he revived and went back to his
Yeah.
fishing buddies?
Yeah, it took about 5 minutes to get him going, but then he took off like a rocket. Or she, I'm sure it was.
Okay, how do you revive a walleye?
Just we hold on to the tail usually, and just keep pulling it kind of backwards to get water into the gills, and then eventually they'll just take off. Yeah, I mean, it was caught in 7 feet of water, so no, it was on a spinner and a bottom bouncer and a minnow. Wes and I've been using that a lot, so that's been really good fishing.
So they're biting well, huh?
Yeah, fishing weeds. So, but
Now, has it been windy or hot or what's it
both?
Like out?
A little of everything.
Okay.
Sometimes cool mornings, warm days. Yesterday was windy. Today was, which is we're recording on Wednesday the 2nd. It was gorgeous. It is gorgeous. It's
yeah.
Have you been out already today?
yes. My wife actually suggested we go today. I think
She probably
loo-
looked at the weather.
I think she looked at the weather and she saw sunny and 80 degrees
Perfect.
and
to
no
be out.
wind.
Yeah. So did she catch something?
She did. She got a couple really nice crappies.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Good job,
So,
Lynn.
So my favorite story of the last couple of weeks is, so I took a couple from Wisconsin. They own a locker plant in Wisconsin. So I took them fishing, and they had won a trip. The guy that's our local fisheries chief here, he asked if I'd give a trip away for a benefit. So anyway, these people, and I think it was for his niece, and they live in Wisconsin, so these people bid on it. I brought them out fishing for about 6 hours, and I brought them to where we've been doing real well, and our first 5 fish were bullheads.
Your favorite?
It was so frustrating, and of course they're kind of getting frustrated with, I suppose, basically me, because it's like, why are we catching all these bullheads? Well, I have
How could you, Dave?
yeah, I mean, I have no idea why we were
yeah,
catching.
at this point, they're wondering, what was second prize?
Who is this guy and what does he know about fishing anyway?
So anyway, we kept fishing. Well, then we got a 20 and a 21-inch walleye. Well, then she got a 17-pound northern. And the whole thing changed then. Everything was just peaches. And then we ended up catching some nice crappies. And it ended up being a real good day. But so a couple days later, I had taken a buddy of mine out and a friend from down by St. Cloud. Well, I was telling him that our first 5 fish were bullheads. And the guy that I'm close, he lives up here, and he was giving me a really hard time catching all these bullheads. Well, that day we kept 15 crappies. I think we had 4 walleyes, a couple saugers. I think we caught 4 or 5 perch, probably a dozen northerns, and we got 6 bullheads.
Oh, they're prolific.
Guess who caught all 6 bullheads?
You.
The one who was giving them a hard time.
Yeah, Jeff. So anyway, after a while, he'd be reeling up. He says, "Get the net." And well, after the 5th fish, we quit getting the net for him because they were all bullheads, and he was
don't get the
getting
net.
so frustrated.
Oh, no.
And then finally he gets 6. So he says, "Well, I just broke the record." And I said, "Jeff, I'll have you know them 5 bullheads we did catch, I only had 1 of them." And I said, "You caught 6 all by yourself." Well, then he caught another fish, and he says, "Get the net." He says, This is going to be a walleye." And we said, "We're not getting the net." So he reels it up, and it's a 16.5-inch walleye. He had to pull it over the boat.
Without a net.
So anyway, I says, Jeff, God does really have a sense of humor, doesn't he? I said, here you are teasing us about them bullheads, and we caught 6 bullheads, and you got every one of them.
Joke was on him that
Yeah,
way.
it was so funny. But
Oh, man.
yeah, we did. Wes and I took Larry Connor's grandson out, and that was fun.
He'd never caught a walleye before.
Oh,
His first walleye was 23 inches.
Yeah.
wow. Good one.
So
And
yeah,
that's the biggest one we had the day. So.
he was pretty excited.
Bet.
So
So where are you finding the fish? Shallow water, deep water? What?
We're
Where are
fishing
you?
shallow.
this is like the second open water season that I haven't fished over probably 10 feet.
Wow.
On the river, we do fish deeper.
Yeah.
And Wes and
the
I
lake.
did open on the river this year. But
Yeah, I should qualify that and say on the lake I haven't fished. I just haven't fished deep water. So
You haven't needed to, it doesn't sound
right.
like.
no,
And you said minnows are doing it?
Shiners work better.
No.
Shiners are working better than chubs, I think. Yeah, today we limited out on walleyes in an hour, and we missed at least 10 fish. I don't know what they all were, and we caught a lot of northerns, and you get them mixed in, some perch. But Wes did good on crappies today, and we did good on walleyes, so it's...
Have you been up in Canada lately?
I was up there a week ago yesterday. And we fished one lake for walleyes, one lake for crappies, and we did okay on both, but
Had to work for them.
we had to work really hard. I was expecting to be done with the walleyes in a couple hours, and I think it was closer to 5 hours.
Wow. So you might as well stay closer to home.
Yeah, I would have done better on walleyes
Really?
on this side. Yeah,
So how early were you going out?
we didn't start till we probably started fishing around 8 or so.
Same with me.
No.
Yeah.
You're not fishing at 5 in the morning?
No,
Oh, okay.
those days are long gone.
Okay.
Well, I might be if we fish in this 80 plus weather. I'll be out early and
90s on Friday.
and thunderstorms. So
There's
We probably won't fish that day.
no holiday fishing for you.
and that'll be crazy at the landing.
Well, we're supposed to take some people fishing Saturday, so
So you might be able to take a break on Friday.
yeah.
Hoping the weather cooperates. They're looking at some rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't like fishing and lightning, so
But that's good.
yeah. No.
Dave's tip of the day: don't fish. Don't be out on a boat in lightning.
No, I always remember when I was coming off the water like 40 years ago, and I passed this boat up in Red Gut on the Canadian side of Rainy, and we went in because it started storming, and passed this boat and got into shore. This was at the landing, Crow Rock Inlet landing, and those guys must have stuck. I don't know if they landed there or whatever, but that they got struck by lightning and it killed all 3 of them. So
In their boat?
yes, yeah. So that probably was 40 years ago when that happened. So
Those storms can come up quick, like really, especially when it's hot and humid. If it gets hot and humid,
Do you like follow radar, or
Oh,
what
yeah.
do you do for
Yes.
forecasts?
All the time.
or-
Yeah.
Yeah, we're always looking at radar.
In fact, Monday it was. Yeah, Monday we had thunderstorms come in, and we got in just as it was starting to rain. It rained. Yeah.
Well, you guys have fun. Have a good holiday weekend.
What are you doing?
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
No.
Stay safe. No lightning.
No lightning. Yeah. Don't get lit up.
Yeah.
Find this and past episodes of Hooked on Fishing on our YouTube channel at Psalm FM. Hooked on Fishing is sponsored by Hardee's in International Falls and Hibbing.